Sunday morning and another full day of cooking ahead. It's cold outside. It is winter time, so I'm just gonna stay inside and cook all day, which is great. I'm gonna make sourdough bread, but first I'm actually gonna make a breakfast that probably my favorite breakfast recently because I've been making so much bread, which is just eggs on toast with a few other veggies. I'm gonna make some juice today, and I'm really trying to perfect the sourdough, and I found this recipe online, so I'm gonna try to follow that. It's a 2-day process, so you'll probably see a little bit of the behind the scenes on that action. And yeah, we'll see where this day takes me.
I found that this is a great way to preserve your bread. You just slice it up into the perfect slice that you want and just freeze it. Then you just take one piece at a time out of the freezer, pop it in the toaster, and you're good to go. Ton of different ways to make eggs, but today I'm going frittata style. I think it's the easiest way to just get rid of ingredients. So I've got peppers, onions, zucchini in there, little spinach, and then I'll make my egg mixture that will dump that on that. I'm just gonna turn it on low, lid it, and it should be good. I'll add a little basil to that for extra flavor as well. I think it's done. Woo. That's an oven right there. Just put the lid on, let it cook. Looking tasty.
I was about to go out and grab a few juices, and then I passed the farmer's market, which is open on Sundays too, and I figured it'd actually be a little cheaper to just grab a bunch of bulk ingredients. So I've got some goodies right here. I'm gonna juice that in this thing, which is a masticating style juicer, and the great thing about this is it will last in your fridge for a few days, still retain all of that nutrient goodness in there. So I'm gonna juice as much as I can, and then hopefully that will last me a few days.
There you go, pure green juice. Always a little better when you make it with some love, when you make it at home. And it's Sunday, so remember, whenever you have time to cook or to prepare food, prepare as much as you can, and then you've got it for the week. So this will last me, I don't know, 3 days probably.
That's a beautiful drawer of the fridge right there. We've got our booches over here, fresh juice. This is actually an Asian pear and ginger. Yeah, that thing's ready to go. Look at that carbonation. Woo! So here's the deal. I'm looking to make sourdough bread today, and I've got this recipe scouted out online. I actually made a video recently on YouTube called How to Make Sourdough Bread by Feel, and a lot of you guys have been making it, sending me pictures, inspired by it, which is awesome. But I'm always trying to refine my bread making and just refine my cooking in general, getting better all the time. And this recipe is very intricate and very detailed. And I've kind of tried to mess around with it before, but I definitely was a little lazy with it. This is a full 2-day process. Let's say it's called the Perfect Loaf, my best sourdough recipe. And it looks insane, so that's the goal right there. That looks amazing. And it gives you an entire timeline. So it's a full 2 days and it takes you through it. And my timeline today is matching up with this. So like bulk fermentation, 245. So it's 138 right now. So I'm just gonna follow this and see if I can get a really great result and learn some things and hopefully just get that perfect sourdough. Look at that thing. That's what I'm going for.
See, as I work this dough, the biggest difference is it's a high hydration. You can see it's very wet, and it just makes it a little trickier. So my recipe online is more of a beginner's, but I'm kind of leveling up and trying the high hydration, which is a little harder to get down, but I think the result could be a little better. So I'm excited to try to work on this. And this is kind of the early stages, getting this mixed up with the leaven and then letting that bulk ferment all day, and then it does another ferment in the fridge all night. So there's a lot of steps to the high hydration.
It's dinner time and I wanted to repurpose that ramen broth from yesterday, the miso ramen. I've got some of that left over. I scoured the pantries and I found these buckwheat noodles, which I'm really excited about. This is my only noodle source in the house, but that'll be perfect. I got some veggies, some mushrooms left over, so that's dinner. That was delicious. Just a little bit of noodle action left, and I'll save that for tomorrow to start the week off right. And it's Sunday night, so this is like a very important time for a professional home cook. This is that time crunch when you try to prepare as much as you can before the week starts, because when those weekdays start, you're off to the races and you want as much prepared in the beginning to kind of keep you going through, at least start the week off right. So tonight I've got a few chores to do in the next few hours. I'm gonna make some homemade almond milk. I'll show you guys how to do that. And I definitely want to make those zucchini muffins that you might have seen in the first episode of the Live Like a Vegan King Challenge. Zucchini vegan muffins, they're amazing, and when winter comes, I make them every week. It's just a perfect snack, a little bit of energy, a little bit of sweetness. So let's get going.
Making almond milk is very simple as long as you have one of these guys, and you can use a blender. There's other ways to do it, but these work so well for it. And you soak the almonds for, I don't know, at least 6 hours. The longer you soak them, the smoother the milk will be, and they get nice and soft. Like, you can just eat these and they're super soft. And you put it through here, and as long as you're adding enough water, that's the key. You add a really good amount of water, you're gonna have a nice smooth almond milk. And the truth is, you really don't need too many almonds to make a lot of almond milk, which is the greatest part about making it at home. And it's gonna be maybe 10 times better than the store-bought stuff. It's a guarantee. This stuff tastes so much better when you make it at home. There you go, fresh almond milk for a few days, and this stuff will not last as long in your fridge than the other stuff because it doesn't have all the stabilizers and preservatives. So you got to drink it in like 3 days. But if you buy the almonds in bulk, you can definitely save a lot of money. So that's the key to making this stuff. Buy your almonds in bulk and you'll save a lot of money and you'll have much better almond milk.
Audible on the muffins, change of plans. I don't have oats and a few other ingredients for those things. I just realized that, so I'm gonna look around and see what I have, but I'm definitely gonna make something in muffin or pancake form for breakfast. I was really struggling to figure out these pancakes, looking all over. I found one sweet potato, but that wasn't gonna do it. Then I remembered this thing that has been sitting here for like a month. Butternut squash stays really well and I just haven't used it. So I'm gonna use this for the first time ever, butternut squash pancakes, in this kitchen at least. All right, I boiled some butternut squash. I got that in there, a few dates and maple syrup for sweetness, 2 eggs, a little bit of almond milk, cinnamon, and I was trying to figure out the flour, and I think I'm gonna go with some masa harina, so some corn flour. Pretty excited to see how that tastes with everything. I'm just testing out one little pancake right here just to get the flavor right and to see if it holds, but it's holding nicely right now, so I'm just more interested in the flavor. Curveball. Pancakes were tasting nice, very similar to like a corn cake, but I didn't feel like sitting there and flipping really delicate pancakes. You can see some of them broke. So there's the batter. What I'm gonna do is just do like a traditional style cornbread, pour it all out in the cast iron, sear it on the bottom, throw it in the oven. So we've got a simple, almost like a cornbread. Getting crispy on the bottom, about to throw it in the oven. So let's see what happens. Right, the time has come. This thing has been chilling all day. I've been just stretching and folding it. It's still very wet, but it's ready to shape, and then it's going in the fridge, and then it's gonna sit there overnight, and then it bakes in the morning, and that will be the last thing you guys see, but I'm getting my whole little shaping station ready, and I've got about 2 minutes on that